Good morning, everybody. Ross and Sam here with your Cultaholic wrestling news. Flavoured TNA.
Yeah, they had a very big night last night, didn't they?
So big. Yeah. Arguably the biggest night they've ever had in the history of the promotion.
Yeah.
In terms of butts and seats, that is factually now correct. But first and foremost, we'll kick things off with the big news from last night. Will AJ Styles return? Well, we found out a couple of days before the event. Yes, he would. And he actually turned up last night, Sam, because Leon Slater gets a huge win. The X Division Championship changes hands. Moose drops the title. Leon Slater is celebrating in the ring. All of a sudden, Leon's music stops. Get ready to fly. It plays. AJ Styles comes out, looks a little bit teary-eyed. He looks a little bit emotional. He gets in the ring. The fan starts chanting. He goes, one more match, one more match.
Yeah.
And he says, hold on a second. I want to talk about Leon Slater for a second there. But the match, we'll get back to that. So he's teasing a match in TNA in the not-too-distant future, which makes me think, Sam, who against would you say?
Leon Slater. AJ Styles versus Leon Slater. Yes.
We were. But yeah, elsewhere in the promo, AJ Styles is running down basically a little potted history of the X Division and the X Division Championship, saying the likes of Samoa Joe, Chris Daniels, Jerry Lynn, Amazing Red, and others all getting a shout out. Then he just heaps on the praise on Leon Slater, who's a made man now.
Leon's like, he's going to be a mega star.
You need to talk about him because he wrestled for North Wrestling. You are affiliated with said promotion.
Yeah, so like Leon has been was North's champion for an incredibly long time, over 700 days. He's by far and away the most dynamic in-ring performer I've ever seen with my own eyes. To watch him then go to TNA has been amazing, but to see him now as X Division champion and getting all of the praise from AJ Styles, it brings a tear to your eye, Ross. It makes you,
hold it together.
Hold it together. I know, but it does though, because it's like Leon's like amazing. He's genuinely amazing. So him versus AJ, absolutely. Give us it.
It's come a long way in a very short space of time. But I don't think Leon knew about the appearance happening, because there is a backstage video where someone's just filming him talking about the moment. He just seemed to be very surprised about the entire thing going down, and that he was sort of involved with AJ Styles returning to TNA. Imagine saying that if you were him a couple of years ago. Oh, by the way, you'll be involved in AJ Styles' first TNA appearance for like 12 years.
And you'll be X Division champion.
Madness. Anyway, elsewhere on the show, now this one is potentially fantastic, but also potentially very scary indeed.
It's like other end of the scale, isn't it? Yeah.
So the Hardys won the TNA tag team titles during a four-way ladder match last night. Basically, there's like the sort of little ladders they drop from helicopters where you climb. One of them makes an appearance, right? And that's how the Hardy Boys win. And then former TNA champion Bully Ray comes out, and essentially we're getting the Hardy Boys versus the Dudley Boys, our Team 3D, of course, in TNA, for the first time in God knows how long. Bound for Glory on October the 12th. The challenge was made by Bully Ray. Devon wasn't there. The crowd were chanting, "Where is Devon?" Bob Ray was like, "Meh, that's a good question, man." But he's going to be there for Bound for Glory.
He sort of they went through, like discussing who's the best team of all time and everything. But like, I think that Hardys versus Dudleys, even in 2025, it's got me interested enough to watch it. Of course it does. They were like my youth.
Potentially one of those car crash matches where like you shouldn't look at a car crash when you drive past it.
You can't help but not look away. Yeah,
because Bully Ray's like, we need to have one more last great tag team match, because there'll never be another great tag team match in the history of professional wrestling after this one right here. Of course we know that, because tag team wrestling's rubbish outside of the Hardy Boys and Team 3D, but you've got to be interested. Bound for Glory, October the 12th, that's where it's going down. Who's winning, Sam? You'd imagine the Hardys.
I'd say the Hardys, surely, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dudleys win, and then we get a bit of an angle, but I would think it's going to be the Hardys, surely.
Dave LaGreca shouting at Bully Ray on Busted Open Radio. You told the title, you stole it! I don't know what that was. That was Dave LaGreca. Anyway, elsewhere on the card last night, JC Jane is the new TNA Knockouts and NXT Women's Champion. She defeated Masha Slamovich to become the double champion, the first person in history, it's written down in front of me here, so that must be correct, to hold both a WWE and a TNA title simultaneously. Trick Williams also retained his title in a main event, which I think all signs were pointing towards a Mike Santana victory.
Yeah, but no, WWE has all your belts.
But of course, that now means that both of TNA's top titles are held by not TNA people, by WWE contracted people.
Well, they should be ashamed of themselves, and they should get their act together and then go get the belts back. Do it for TNA.
Will they be allowed to? This seems like a very one-sided partnership.
Dixie.
Well, I'm waiting for the moment where a TNA person holds a WWE title. Like who from TNA is going to take the North American Championship, for example?
Well, I thought that was going to be Hendry, but Hendry just looks like he's WWE now.
I was going to say Hendry is WWE in all but contract name.
Yeah.
Like his contract is TNA, but all signs point to when that contract ends, him going to the WWE.
Yeah, I think that we're going to see a little bit more of this sort of back and forth. You'd think anyway, because it's a way to, I guess, make the next big star for TNA, to have them come in and then sort of dethrone the WWE talent who's come in here and sort of taken their belt. But I think that it could also just be WWE just keeps winning TNA titles.
Yeah,
I don't know how the relationship is developing.
Well, it's developing, and it's just being strong for WWE. They get to send people who maybe they can't give TV time on a Tuesday night. They send it to TNA on a Thursday and just saying, go on, get your reps in there, come back and you'll be more ready for us. I'm waiting to see where the real... Obviously, the benefit is there. If you're waiting for the WWE, you're going to say, the exposure TNA people are getting, look, we're watching Joe Hendry on WWE TV.
It's going to be Bully Ray. He's going to go do it for TNA. He's going to go to NXT. He's going to win all of those titles. And then he's going to retire tag wrestling forever.
I guess he does have an army there, Sam.
Yeah.
Team Bully Ray from LFG, another WWE show. They'll go to TNA, take all the titles, then go to WWE and take all the titles. I'm waiting to see this relationship be a bit more balanced.
Yeah,
I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
It does feel very much like a one-way street right now, but you've got to think that... I guess it was never in my head going to be this sort of two-way street fully, but I always figured we'd get the bigger TNA people in NXT and then some people in TNA, not even like the biggest NXT people. So I think it's probably going to continue on that route, but you'd hope, right, that there is a plan, that they've got a way to make at least a couple of new stars out of this.
But then again, it seems like they're just bending the knee, so to speak, for the WWE.
Yeah.
We will do what you want, evil overlords.
And I guess the worry is if you make another star and then WWE are like, oh, they are pretty good. Come here.
Just like they did with Jordan Grace, just like they're going to do, it would seem, with Joe Hendry. I'm sure there are more. Mike Santana's probably going to sign for WWE now because he has been fantastic when he's not only appeared in the shed, but also when he has appeared for TNA. Trip Willie with the old Black Snow tribute, his entrance when he came out. His entrance was fantastic with I think it was some sort of gospel choir.
Right.
I don't know where we're from. I was going to say the place and I've completely forgotten. Insert place there. They did really well for his theme. But what? Black Snow. Yeah. Unbelievable scenes.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Anyway, not to piss all over the tricks, all over the chips of TNA with that horrible news about the evil overlords running their promotion without their will or say or whatever I'm trying to say here. It was a good night for them last night because they broke the record. A press release from TNA says the following: the 2025 Slammiversary live event was a record breaking for TNA Wrestling, as the crowd of 7,623 was the most ever at a TNA show in North America in the company's 23-year history. This breaks a record set back in 2013. You think about the heyday of the mid-noughties, you think about the sort of, not necessarily the heyday in terms of the product, but the heyday in terms of sheer star power.
Yeah, star power and I guess popularity, like just generally as a brand. I think that it's really good to see TNA bringing in bigger and bigger crowds. They need to do this more often. Tony's got to be kind of looking at it going like, okay, because like everybody sort of is very quick to throw AEW's attendances in there. I think that just rising crowds for any wrestling is good, but is it going to get to the point soon where TNA are outdrawing AEW?
I don't know, because that was a big pay-per-view for TNA.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the weekly numbers are for the Impact tapings, but I assume they're around about the same as AEW, if not a little bit smaller. Because of course AEW just had a pay-per-view that had over 20, I think it was over 25,000.
And it had over 8 hours.
But they flew by. Well, the main 6, they flew by. Can't speak for the other two.
I got to the main event and I was like so tired, and then it just went straight into fork in the face, and I went, oh, I'm awake now.
But it's fantastic news for TNA. Yeah. Obviously, more continued success to them. It'd be interesting to see if they can continue that for Bound for Glory come October the 12th for the Hardy Boys versus Team 3D. We end
They'll triple it easily.
Will you?
Yeah.
Or will they?
They'll
Sorry.
triple it. It's the Hardy Boys versus the Dudleys. Everybody's going to be there.
We'll end the news video on more sad news, of course. New Japan star injured over the weekend. Gabe Kidd announced that during the opening night of the G1 Climax tournament, he suffered a hyperextended knee. As a result, Kidd was forced to miss today's event, the one on Sunday. Currently, there's no announcement for how long he'll be out for. He's just getting going. He's the coldest white boy in the game.
Get well soon, Gabe. It's just sad. I wanted to see him go on a tear. Hopefully, he's able to rest up and just make a return to the tournament. But hyperextension can be a bit gnarly.
There's been no title vacation or anything, so it's obviously sad to hear, but it's not. It doesn't seem like it's too serious.
Buy his new T-shirt.
Oh,
yeah.
What's that meme about?
It's I think Piers said it's Ken Sama. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it before.
You'll find out in the comments because someone watching this will know. Sam, what we're doing this week? What's happening?
We've got plenty of content coming to the channel and the Patreon. We've got did you get through all of the fallout of last week?
Oh yeah, all 3 WTF moments are on the Patreon now. Good. There's a 5.5 hour podcast with me and Matthew.
I don't know how you did it.
Because I'm cocaine. Not really cocaine. Don't do drugs, kids. Anyway, we'll end the video there. Things will happen. Yeah. You'll watch the channel. You'll see videos go live. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.